Hey you guys, AcianCryystel here, and I do just want to thank you for joining me. If you want to know how I got this simple glam look, just stay tuned and I'll show you all the tips and tricks. So first, what I'm going to be doing, I'm just going to be using an angled brush, and I just make sure that it's extremely flat to my desire, because I'm going to be using that to outline my brows, and I want to make sure that it pops like for real, for real. I go in with my Anastasia pomade gel, and I'm just outlining the bottom. Definitely take your time when doing this. My brows usually take me the longest to do because I like to make sure that my brows is like extra popping. So what I do is I fill in the tail first, and then I go in the front and I make sure that it's all dark all around. And I just make sure that it's filled to my desired look. And again, I like my brows to pop, so I'm making sure that it's filled in all the way around. I don't have brows in the front, so I'm like filling it in, doing my little happy dance, because once you get a fleeky popping brow, you get extra happy. And we're just going to do the same thing on the other side there. Again, we're just going to be filling in the tail, and then we go in to fill the front part. Ooh, look at that little dance again. That's because I know my brows about to be popping. Alright, so what we're doing here, we're just going in again, just filling it in all the way around. Again, I don't have brows in the front, so I make sure that I fill them into my desired look. And I like my brows to be sisters. Next thing is me going in with my spoolie brush. Again, I make sure that that angled part is extremely flat, because we're going to be using that to basically conceal all of the little mess ups. Now, I'm not perfect, but I like my brows to be perfect, so I try to conceal it up. And we're just going to be going in with our MAC concealer. I got that from MAC, and my niece, she's always in my makeup, so she definitely went into that, and she messed it up real good. She dug her nails all in there. We're just going to conceal it up, and we're just going to do the same thing to the other brow there. Just make sure that it's all nice and tight and clean. Yes, yes, yes. Now, while I'm doing that, if you guys haven't already subscribed to my page, just make sure that you take a second and subscribe to my page. Next thing is we're going to be taking a darker shade in that same concealer palette, and we're just going to be concealing the top part of my brow. Now, I use a darker shade on the top because I like it to blend in with my foundation. And yeah, that's just about it. I like it to blend a little bit easier. Next thing, we're going to take the little brush part on our spoolie brush, and we're just going to, you know, just like shade it out a little bit, because we don't want it to be so harsh, but we still want it to be popping. I'm taking this brush that I got from Sephora. I'm not really sure. I think that's the number 62 brush, and I'm just using it to blend everything around. Look at that little happy dance. This is why it takes me so long to do my makeup, because I'm always dancing, jamming, listening to music. Now, this is a concealer palette. I'm sorry, it's actually a contour palette that I got from my local beauty supply store. It's powder based, and I basically use that on my brows all the time, like for like my different shades of brown. And then I'm going into my Nubian palettes here, and we're just going to be taking 2 shades. And this is what we're going to basically be using for the night to get like that nice nude natural look. So I'm going in with the orangey color first, and I'm just using that as the base, I would say. We're just going to be doing that on both eyes to make sure that, you know, they're blended and looking sharp. Next thing is we're going to be taking that darker shade, and we're going to be blending that out. and we're just going to do the same thing on both the sides. Make sure we blend because blending is definitely key. Now, as you can see, I really didn't like how, I think I put a little bit too much of the darker brown color, so I went back in with that orangey color, and I just used it right on top to sort of kind of blend it out and give it a better look. Next thing is we're going to be using our e.l.f. liquid liner to do a wing line. Now, I'm not the best at the wing line, but definitely practice makes perfect. So I was doing a little dance right there like, ooh, look at that wing line, because I thought that it was popping. And we're just going to be doing the same thing on the other eye. Me singing and dancing while doing my makeup. This is why it really takes me forever to do my makeup. Now, I got those lashes that I'm going to apply on Amazon. It came in a pack of 5, and I think it cost me about like 12 bucks or so. But I love these lashes. And once I put my lashes on, I really like my lashes to stick. So I usually take my clear super hold glue and I pass a little line right above my lashes and where I apply them, just so that I make sure that they stick. Because I hate to be like out and like, oh my gosh, one of my lashes is coming off. That's like one of my nightmares. Next thing, I'm going with my liquid illuminator from NYX, which is NYX. Putting that all over my face. It gives me like a nice bright orangey tone. And then I'm taking my Fenty primer and I'm using my primer brush and I'm just priming my face. So what I'm doing here is I'm just basically taking my NARS foundation and I'm mixing that in with my Fenty foundation just so that I get the perfect blend to my skin. Clean beauty blender, and I'm just going to blend out all in. Blending is key, ladies. Blend, blend, blend. Next, I'm going to be taking my NARS concealer and I'm just going to be concealing my face. So just right down the middle of my nose, underneath my eyes, underneath my nose, my chin, and my forehead there. Gonna take this palette, this contour cream palette from Anastasia, and I got this from TJ Maxx. Oh my goodness, what a bargain. I believe it cost me like 10 bucks and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have it.
Perfect, perfect, perfect.
Now I learned this little trick right here, like doing a little curve right underneath from Aaliyah J. It just makes me feel as though my cheekbones are sitting high and tall and mighty. Now what we're going to be doing is just blending out that concealer there, and we're just going to be making sure that everything is on point. Then we're taking our little brush here. We're just going to be blending, blending, blending. Make sure you blend. Like, harsh lines is the worst. Blend, ladies. That is definitely key to anything, blending. And if you have to go back in to blend some more, do it. Starting off with a damp beauty blender, I feel as though it makes it a little bit easier to just blend everything through. Now I like my nose to be on point, so I'm taking that same Anastasia cream contour and I'm just going to be contouring my nose. Now this is just translucent powder, and we're just going to be setting our face. Now I know you guys seen that powder 100 times. It's one of my faves. Definitely one of my faves. Now we're going to be taking our blush from Tarte, and we're just going to be putting some blush right there on our cheeks. Now you can make your fishbowl face to make sure that you get that blush in your exact desired location. Then we're just going to be taking a fluffy brush, and we're just going to be brushing off all of that setting powder that we had right there. Now I'm taking my Fenty highlighter, and we're about to highlight. OMG. Look at that dazzling look. Love it. Now what I like to do, I like to just dab my finger right there to make sure that my nose is sharp and on point, because I love when my nose is like contoured to the gauze.
Perfect. Perfect.
Then we're going to be taking our eyeliner from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and we're just going to be lining our waterline part of our eye. We're going to be using our lip from Fenty, and we're just going to be giving you some finishing touches and some vibes. Now I was going for a nude look, so again that's why I used like the nude lips, and we're going to set that bad boy, yes, our all-nighter spray, because we want our slay to stay all night. Now, if you like this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up and comment below as well. And if you'd like to see different styles and different looks that I have going on with the makeup, definitely let me know. Now we just getting ourselves ready for the slay. Or whatever, you know, we gotta slick down them edges. And this is our final look. Again, ladies, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, make sure that you take a second and subscribe to my channel. And also follow me on all of my social media. That's Big Nika on Instagram and Big Nika on Twitter. I'll leave that information below. Toodles, my loves.